NXT took place last night from its home in Full Sail University, and I still say I think they need to get on the road. Maybe they could just go to Florida right now at the beginning, but they need to do more than just Full Sail every week. But on commentary, we have Mauro Ranallo, Nigel McGuinness, and Beth Phoenix. And I think they're doing well. I like the commentary team. I like Mauro. I like Nigel. I think Beth's actually starting to get this. And her opening match is basically a number one contenders match. You have Rhea Ripley against Bianca Belair. And in this match, it's a battle of the powerhouses, which I really enjoyed. I enjoyed the match thoroughly. I thought Ripley really came into her own. At first, the fans seemed to be more into Belair, and Belair is the heel, but I think they really got into Rhea Ripley, and they really started to dig her. And one thing I kept noticing is Bianca Belair is a incredibly strong woman. If you've seen her, she can deadlift woman over her head. It's crazy. But Rhea Ripley, when you look at her, she just looks a lot stronger than Bianca Belair. But she's not. I'm sure Bianca's much stronger, but Rhea is a lot bigger. She is a big woman. And she has an MMA fighter style body. That's what I think of Rhea Ripley. She is a badass. She can kick your ass. I really like that about her. And I had a lot of fun watching this. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I liked it. I liked the power moves. I liked the power struggle. I liked how they kept... they almost told the story of Bianca Belair like she was she was the smaller opponent for once against Rhea. And they had Rhea working as the face. Now, the ending of the match, I thought it got a little bit sloppy. At Io Shirai come in, and she basically does a 619 onto Rhea Ripley, and then Bianca Belair hits a bad-looking spear. Looked like that was it. But Rhea kicks out, and then you have Candice LeRae comes out. She throws Io off the apron, and that was botched badly, to be honest. Io didn't even touch the apron with her face. And then you had eventually Rhea Ripley reversing Bianca Belair and hitting her with her finisher, and she gets the win. So Rhea Ripley with your win. She goes on to face, I believe, I don't know if it's confirmed she faces Shayna next, but I think she'll get the big shot. But she gets a big win over Bianca Belair, her biggest win since joining the NXT main roster. They show Kathy Kelly backstage with Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. I can just say, I can watch Kathy Kelly for 2 hours just interview people and I'll be happy. She might be the best looking woman they have. She is, wow. It's great. You can just keep her on TV as much as you want. She should be on the main roster. I don't know why she's not, but she's interviewing Bate and Dunne. And Pete Dunne is pissed off when she asks him about Killian Dane. He says he doesn't care. And they head into the arena. So they show a video package on Tommaso Ciampa. Pretty good here. And I saw that documentary on Ciampa. I think they made it back in a while ago. But they're ever on the network all the time. Whenever I turn on the network, they always show that Tommaso Ciampa documentary. It's really good. You should watch it. So they show Tyler Bate in the front row of the crowd, which looked a bit awkward, to be quite honest. And our next match is Matt Riddle against Cameron Grimes. Fun matchup here. I enjoyed it. Cameron Grimes is good. Matt Riddle is great. I love watching him wrestle. He always tears the host down. I think he should be a bit more dominant. I do. But you know what? He does have very good matches almost every week. How could you not like watching Matt Riddle? He gets the win here. He beats Cameron Grimes, like the match. And after the match, he gives him the fist bump. But Cameron Grimes refuses. And then you have Matt Riddle. He fist bumps Tyler Bate in the front row. So I guess they're cool. But then Grimes, after the match, he sees Tyler Bate and he shoves Tyler Bate. So I guess that's a match for the next couple of weeks is Tyler Bate and Cameron Grimes. But it was set up really well here. I liked it a lot. I thought it was a good segment. And it sets up a match we get to have. They show the stuff with the Forgotten Sons and Breezango. This is where NXT is going to suffer because the problem with NXT, it's 2 hours, but the roster isn't that big, so you're going to get some matches no one cares about. No one cares about Breezango. No one cares about the Forgotten Sons. Those guys are all basically rejects. They show William Regal announcing that the WWE Women's titles will be defended next week, and you'll have a number one contenders match for the women's titles, which will take place tonight. You'll have the Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai against Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke, and the winners face the Kabuki Warriors next week. So, it's cool to see Asuka and Kairi Sane. I'm sure Asuka would love to just stay in NXT. Think about how the way Asuka is treated in NXT compared to how she's treated in the main roster. NXT, she's treated as Mother Teresa, basically, on the main roster. Just another chick, just another woman they use just on her body. So I'm sure she'll love to be back. And Kairi Sane, it'd be cool to see her back too. You have Tyler Breeze, Fandango, and Isaiah Scott against Jason Riker, Steve Cutler, and Wesley Blake. Forgotten Sons. Here's the match: is the piss break. I don't give a fuck about this match. Who cares? I hate the Forgotten Sons. They suck. Yeah. So you have Fandango and Breeze and Scott get the win here. They show Roderick Strong preparing backstage for his North American title match, which he'll defend in a triple threat match, and that is our big main event of the night. He says for Dennis Figueroa, fulfilling their prophecy is not enough, and Mr. Regal is trying to screw him, and it was a good segment. You have Leo Rush making his way to the announce table. For our next matchup, you have Angel Garza against Jack Gallagher. I like Jack Gallagher, but they went with Angel Garza here. He got the win. We'll see how the cruiserweights get over in NXT. I don't know. Do they even still have 205 Live? I'm not paying attention much. I think they do. I assume that will be cut very soon. They may as well just make this part of NXT, and they'll get over in NXT. I think they'll do better. And they need bigger stars. I think if they get bigger stars and they'll have access to them in NXT, the cruiserweight title will actually get over. But no one gives a shit about the guys they have now. But yeah, Garza beats Gallagher. After the match, Rio gets in the ring and shows off his title. Next, you have the women's tag match, which is the Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai, who are a good team. I think the fans really like them a lot. I like Tegan Nox. I like Dakota Kai. I'm a fan of both female wrestlers. I think they do work well together. And I think Tegan in particular can be a star. It's too bad Rhea Ripley's a face because they need to have a big feud at Rhea Ripley. And I'll keep saying this. When are we going to see Toni Storm on NXT on the US? I want to see Toni Storm. I love Toni Storm. I miss her ass. I miss looking at it. Anyway, she needs to come on soon. But in this match, I'm not a fan of Duke and Shafir. Not a fan of the Horsewoman. I like Ronda. Ronda is really good, but Ronda, and her 3 luggage carriers, basically. Not a fan of Baszler as champ. I think she holds the division down. Shafir is no good. Duke is okay. She's not bad, but I didn't really care at all. So you have Tegan Nox get the Shining Wizard for a team. I like Tegan and I like Dakota. Good win for them. However, after they celebrate, you have Asuka and Kairi Sane appear in a Titantron, and they congratulate Tegan and Dakota. And Asuka and Kairi are speaking in Japanese. They're insulting them in Japanese, which is a good heel move, by the way. It's a good heel tactic to speak in a foreign language, because when someone yells at you in their native tongue, you assume it's bad, so that works well. And they tell them they have no chance next week, and we'll see. I think they probably don't, but I'd like to see that as a long-term feud. I'm sure they can have some great series of matches. Let Asuka and Kairi stay in NXT, please. Keep them away from Vince and the main roster. Please, Triple H, please keep them away from the main roster. They have Keith Lee cutting the promo. Says he has the very thing he chased since he walked through the doors. No, you chased the NXT title, not the North American title. You want the NXT title, but it was fine. They show Kathy Kelly on the balcony, and she mentions women's tag team titles will be defended next week, and they announced Tyler Bate will face Cameron Grimes, and Io Shirai against Candice LeRae. So 3 big matches. Those are your 3 titles. Women's tag titles, Io Shirai, Candice LeRae, and Tyler Bate and Cameron Grimes. So, hey, those are 3 very good matches. I think all of them will deliver. All 3 of them should be very good. I really want to watch Io and Candice. I don't know if they can have as good as a match they had on TakeOver, but that's probably the one I'm looking forward to the most. They're going to tear it up. And the women's tags are going to tear it up too. So, yeah. Anyway, speaking of a great match, main event, you have a triple threat match for the NXT North American title. Roderick Strong defends his title against against Keith Lee and Dominic Dijakovic. And the match they had was pretty damn great. I loved it. It went on for a long time. They went through a commercial, and they had a battle here. It was a takeover level match. This was a takeover style match. They had a battle here. So the story at first, there's a lot of power moves. I thought Keith Lee shined, and I thought Dominic Dijakovic also shined. Roderick Strong is a cowardly heel. He spent a lot of the match outside in the ring. He spent a lot of it trying to get out of it. And near the end of the climax of the match, you have Dijakovic and Lee beating the shit out of each other. It was battles. They're hitting each other with power moves. There's kickouts. There's smash. They go to the outside. There's dives. Strong did well too here. I really loved the match. I loved watching it. I had a lot of fun watching it. It was very entertaining. Fans love it. It really feels like a takeover match. I thought the ending sequence is great. So what you have is a cool reversal. What you have is Dominic, I'm not going to say his last name, and Keith on the top rope. Keith Lee eventually gets him into a powerbomb position, and he powerbombs Dominic from the top rope onto the ground. And all of a sudden, Roderick Strong hits him with the running knee, pins Keith Lee 1, 2, 3. It happened quickly. I loved it. Right after he hits a powerbomb, he runs into a knee, and Roderick Strong retains his title. I thought the main event was hell of a match. Great ending. However, after the match ends, and the Undisputed Era comes out, and all hell breaks loose, to say the least. So, Roderick Strong has won. So, Keith Lee and Dominic, they're done. They're beat up. They've lost. Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong continue to beat them up. They assault them, they embarrass them, and the 4 champions, they all raise their belts. They've, not only has Roderick Strong won, but they've embarrassed their opponents after the match. Then Tommaso Ciampa comes out, and fans chant "Daddy's home." I guess that's what they chant now. He comes out with the crutch. He points at them. I think he can just leave the crutch alone. I think enough's enough with the crutch, please. Anyway, he's and then all of a sudden he's joined by his best friend, Johnny Gargano. Fans chant DIY. I guess DIY is back. Gargano and Ciampa are a faction again, and they're ready to fight. And then Finn Balor comes out and he joins them. Big ovation for Finn Balor. I was thinking to myself, before everything crazy what happened, I was thinking, this is perfect for War Games. You're going to have Undisputed Era, you're going to have Finn Balor, you're going to have Tommaso Ciampa, you're going to have Johnny Gargano, and you're going to have Velveteen Dream. That's going to be an awesome War Games match. That's all I can think about. So the 3 are facing the Undisputed Era. I was thinking maybe Velveteen might come out, but I guess I still saying the beatdown from last week. And all of a sudden, Finn Balor turns around and he Pele kicks Johnny Gargano. He just does it in a way where it's like, wait, what the hell happened? Wait, what? He did a Pele kick. He Pele kicks Johnny. It's a shocking thing. Mauro Ranallo sells it great. Ranallo is awesome here. And they beat the shit out of Gargano and Ciampa. Finn Balor goes after Gargano. Gargano goes to the outside. The Undisputed Era beats down Ciampa. They kick his ass. They leave Ciampa laying. And Ciampa's out. So now Gargano is on the outside. Finn Balor does a drop kick onto Gargano. He smashes through the barricade onto a bunch of guys who are probably just independent wrestlers who were there to take a stupid bump. But that's what it was. It was a good-looking drop kick. And he spikes him with a bloody Sunday DDT. It's a spike DDT onto the stage. It looked nasty. Nasty as hell. Finn Balor turns heel. That was a shock. I thought that was awesome. I love that they turned Finn Balor here. It's give something good for Balor. I love to see an evil demon, demon that's evil. Finn Balor stands over Johnny Gargano, the Undisputed Era, stand over Tommaso Ciampa. I don't know if Balor's in the air. I don't think so, but it was a great move to turn him heel.